I'm Grace Spellmann, and I'm the head of people here at Pactum AI. I've been with Pactum for almost 2 years, and I essentially run the entire people and culture function, which is a generalist area that oversees the full life cycle of recruiting, employee engagement and retention, and then eventually the offboarding cycle. Culture at Pactum is dynamic and hybrid between remote and on-site. We were founded first in Estonia almost 4 years ago, and now we're a Silicon Valley company. So all of our employees in the US and a lot of Europe do work fully remote, and it's important to us to not have silos, to have a highly collaborative team where everyone feels like they can pitch in as if we're one of the founders ourselves, and that's been possible here, luckily. It's so much fun to work at Pactum for so many reasons, but one is the opportunity to get to spend time with each other face to face, even if you are part of the remote team. We have 3 offsites a year. One offsite during the summer is when everyone comes together internationally, and then there's 2 offsites in the winter where it's a bit more regional. Right now, I'm also in Tallinn outside of those offsites so that I can spend time with the rest of the leadership team and also getting to meet people here in the office and getting that focus group time, the training, and all of that face-to-face is what's great. And actually, after we talk now, I'm gonna go off to a happy hour with the team and spend some more time with them. If you're thinking about applying to Pactum, it's certainly an adventure. You are going to be hitting the ground running with a ton of impact where your skills go noticed. You're not gonna be a faceless cog in the machine. You're really gonna get to put your mark on things with people who respect your opinion and your contribution. So I think that employee wellness is broader than the scope that we traditionally give it. Wellness is also about communication styles, for example. And when you do have a hybrid culture with people who are both remote and on-site, it's important that we all are able to get through to each other in the most respectful way possible. And we always have the best of intentions, but there is also a lot of different cultures here. You know, we are at over 11 countries right now and speak over 21 languages, and that gives a lot of different lenses for us to talk through. And we actually underwent a training recently. First, it was our DISC profile assessment to learn about which areas of emotional intelligence come natural to us, where we're our strongest, and then how we stretch those areas to reach out to the rest of the spectrum so that we have these tools in our toolkit to know how to apply them in different types of social interactions. And I think that's helped us be a little more sensitive and tactful in the way we get through to each other in our collaborations. It's also been a lot of fun. Other areas of wellness, of course, can span across your typical perks and benefits. We have a flexible time off policy because we trust people to get their work done and also have a good time and balance all of that out for themselves. One area of employee wellness that we focus on is the efficacy of our communication and collaboration together. It's part of our Pactum Culture Code or our values. And one way we've done this recently is we had a DISC assessment training. DISC looks at your communication style preferences and your overall emotional intelligence. And your DISC profile really caters towards the areas that come most naturally to you, that are almost like habits when you interact with folks and try to get your point across and work together. And then the full spectrum of emotional intelligence is when you look at the entire area of aptitudes and learn how to stretch yourself so that you really have more tools in your toolkit when you're working together and you know which of these to access and choose from. The Pactum Culture Code is the lifeblood that describes how we interact with each other, our fellow Pactonians, our vendors, and our customers. We formed this together as a group and based it off of how we were already succeeding and strong and also how we wanted to stretch ourselves in those interactions. The first one is to embrace uncertainty with resilience, and this is obviously very important at a fast-moving startup where priorities are constantly pivoting. We also have practice blameless problem solving because things are gonna break when you're moving quickly, and what's gonna slow you down even more is trying to figure out whose fault it is. One that was my favorite is stepping out of your swim lane, roll up your sleeves, and strive for the win as a team. We are not solo flyers, we get there together, and we do it by being collaborative, even if that means getting out of a silo and jumping into someone else's department to see where they might need help. We also care about being authentic and transparent by speaking the truth with respect. It's important, again, when we had our communication exercise, to be tactful in your communication with others and to also be honest with them about where things are at. And lastly, one thing that I think truly sets Pactum apart is share your passion and dare to be bold. This is what excites people when we talk to them, when we talk to our customers, when we talk to investors, when we talk to people who might want to join our team and work with us. I think it's the passion that really comes through the most. When I hear Pactum, what comes to mind is collaborative, inspiring, revolutionary, challenging, always a good time. I think it's important to know that when you're uniting a culture, you have to actually embrace all of the cultures you already have and respect each part of those that are working well. And sometimes we go to different departments and see what they love about their interculture and bring that out to the rest of the company. We also have to make up for the fact that when some of us are remote, you can't just stop by someone's desk and say like, hey, how was your weekend? How are the kids? How's your new puppy? So we have to try to recreate that virtually. We have our virtual happy hours, but we also have our water cooler chats on Slack where we talk about all sorts of random topics to help each other feel a little closer. We have our random tea time chats with each other to talk a little bit more one-on-one. And then we also have our company offsites a couple of times a year where we do get that FaceTime and some leadership summits that have helped overall. But it's a thing that you have to work on every day. Maybe it's just sharing a picture of a few of you getting together and saying what you were doing so that the company feels a little closer to what's been going on with you recently. What I love about working at Pactum is something you're probably going to hear from more than just me, and it's the people. I think a lot of us feel that way because we do genuinely enjoy working together. We don't really have culture vultures, the people who are really good at their job but then make everyone feel miserable to work with. I think it's a priority here for us to feel that collaborative and respectful environment, and we really do have that. All opinions are shared, all ideas are heard, and feedback is taken seriously and actioned upon. I truly appreciate everyone coming in from around the world to get that FaceTime with each other. I know how much we care about this company, this product, and each other, and I think it really shows when we're all able to get together like this and have such an amazing time, but also able to make huge strides forward in bringing Pactum into the future. I appreciate all of you.